What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, basically gonna just show different ways that you can find profitable trading strategies, right? That's what everybody wants, and sometimes it's a lot harder than it seems. So, based on my experience, these are the 4 ways you find a strategy. So, one, you just make up your own. Another is copying trading gurus, influencers, whatever, just copying their strategies. A third is academic papers. I think this one is better than the other two. And then fourth is with the software, which personally, I think software is the best. So let's go over each of them. So for making your own, this is pretty much how I started out, right? You just kind of look at the charts, see if you notice anything, and then you just test it. Really, the only way to know if something works is test it. So, right, you could say, like, one could be if at market open, the market, the candle spikes up a certain amount of ticks, then we buy, right? That could be a strategy that might work. So then you'd have to go into whatever you're using, code it, back test it, and see how that works. Right, now that can take a while, right? Coding every single strategy you think of is possible, but you'll spend a lot of time coding and not a lot of time testing. And then once you code it and then you back test it and realize it just doesn't work, then you kind of just wasted all that time. The second is YouTube gurus. So one where I learned to code from is actually this guy, Renee. He uses MetaTrader, and this is where I learned how to code trading bots just in general through MetaTrader, but it's similar to NinjaScript as well. But all of these, he has different strategies, right? So a lot of these, he'll code them and show you if they work or not for you, so you don't have to code them. And then what he'll do, which I think is also a good idea, is right, he'll take other people's strategies, other YouTuber strategies, like here, Nick Sean DCA strategy. He'll take other people's strategies, code them, and then test them. So that's another thing you can do, right? If you know somebody on YouTube who shows their strategy and you think their strategy is profitable, you can just try and code that and test it. I will say that a lot of traders who claim they have a profitable strategy, once you code it, it's really not. Usually it's not profitable. So just keep that in mind. That one also, right? You're going to have to code everything, then you test it, and then you don't know until after you've spent the time if it's going to be a good strategy or not. So also could lead to a waste of time. The next way to find strategies, and this one I think is probably going to have a higher success rate than the other two, but also might take more time, is academic papers. So this is what I did for a while, and it does take more time, but also you're more likely to find a good strategy. So you can just search up academic research papers. This is the one that I like, and just do trading strategies. Right, now you have all these, and a lot of them will give strategies. So let's see. Let's do a futures one. Let's look at this one. Okay, so I've actually built this strategy before. It is a yeah, basically it claims basically the idea of it is if oil moves a certain direction before a news release, then the idea is that insiders are positioning themselves before the data is released. And so you can also, based on which way the price is moving, position yourself so that when the data is released, you are uh, gaining money with that trade. So yeah, I tested it and I found very small, very small gains. Right? Yeah, here we have days with announcement but no surprise, days with announcement and a positive surprise, days with announcement and a negative surprise. You can kind of see how the price moves on average. Okay, yeah, so here it is. Right? Basically what you're trying to grab are these days. And so right according to this paper it looks all good, looks like it'll work. And then you test it out on real data and it's barely works. So that's another thing with this, right? You have to read it all. The thing is now though, you can just use ChatGPT on everything. So let's see. Let's put the URL. Let's see if it can open that. Oh, I think I gotta give it. So you can see academic journals, you definitely can find a profitable strategy from them, but you just never know. And it's going to take a little bit of work of going through the papers, finding one that makes sense, finding one that you can understand. A lot of them use very high level math, and like it's like I don't even know past calculus. That's as far as I've taken, and I don't understand it at all. But yeah, and here you have a lot of different ones, right? You have fear index. Like there's just a lot. But again, you got to code them, test them, make sure it works, make sure you think it'll work in the future, and that can end up being a lot of work. Now, the fourth way, and the way that I use, is with software. Now, there's a lot of softwares out there, and I also built my own. So one that's pretty popular right now is Strategy Analyzer. No, it's Quant Analyzer. Yes, this one, which I think they have a free trial, but it is pretty confusing to use. It does give you code after. Not sure if it does for C sharp. Let's see. Oh dang, this was pretty cheap. Well, yeah, you have this one right here for 350, and looks like it has a lot of different things in it. So yeah, this is a good option. I don't know if it works for Ninja Script though. You'd have to check. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Finds you strategies. In my trial, I use this, and from my experience, it's kind of hard to use, and it's hard to find like actual strategies. Like basically, it just ends up testing like millions of things, and and my computer would just run for like 6 hours, and it wouldn't find a single strategy. So maybe I was using it wrong, but yeah, looks like it's more for stocks and for MetaTrader 5. Yeah, but this actually looks like a good option. But okay, so I also have my own. If you're interested in that, comes with pretty much everything. Most of what's in here doesn't look as nice because it's all built in Ninja Script, but I think it works better, and that's what I've used for every single one of my strategies. So every single one of these sim are all built with my own software, and yeah, I think it works great. I can build one good strategy in about like an hour or two, probably closer to two. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what's been working for me. Um, yeah, so those are the different ways to build a profitable strategy. The thing about the software, I can show you how it works real quick, is well, mine's only built in NinjaScript, but what you do is optimization, come to the analyzer, and basically what it's doing is it's gonna test every single combination. Or in this case, it'd be too much for my computer, so I set it to 5,000 combinations. Here, let's do 1,000, and then we'll find the strategy with the max net profit. And what this is going to do is it's going to, right, we're running 1,000 iterations, basically going through each of these. So this number, single one, could be 1 through 158, adding by 1. So it's randomly taking all of these. Exit signal can be 1 through 400, period can be 7, adding by 7, so 7, 14, 21, 28. And it's testing just random versions. And so, yeah, then in the end, this is what you get. You get the best results based on, in this case, the net profit. Right? Just like that, we just found these are 10 strategies, all of them profitable. Right? Some are going to be better than others. And there's additional tests that you want to do to make sure that they're likely to work in the future. But, right, like these all have completely different settings, different entry signals, different exit signals, different take profit, different stop loss. And so that's my way of finding my strategies. I run this, do more tests on this. If it passed my additional tests, then I put it in a sim account and then it's live. And I know other very, very successful algo traders who do this very similar type of thing. So that's where I came up with it. and that is why I do it. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hopefully that helps a little bit in finding profitable strategies. I mean, unfortunately, I don't have a ton to say just because all I use is the software now, and that's what works for me. Mine is for sale, available for sale. Just look in the Discord or on my website. Obviously, the strategy analyzer one looks good too, and I think it's a little cheaper than mine. But definitely look around, see what works for you. And yeah, that is what I recommend. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace. If you found it valuable, please like and subscribe. And see you in the Discord.